Hi guys. With the drama. Together. Be alive. Man. Will. Together. Live your life. Will. So, this music is by Selena Johnson. Guess what? So, what are we going to talk about today? I have a little bit of going outside today, and I was like a lot of fun, coffee, sun, everything. I really look nice and recharged. So, what are we going to talk about, ladies, today? We are going to talk about deprogramming yourself to reprogram yourself. When we talk about deprogramming yourself to reprogram yourself, I believe that most black women need to deprogram themselves and reprogram themselves back, because there is so much conflict when it comes to being a woman and being a human being. The first thing is being a human being, not even being a woman, being a human being too. For us, I think it is very difficult to consider ourselves as a human being, and later as a woman. It has been a very long journey, very stressful and inhuman. Life has been very difficult for many of us, and because of the very difficult life that we have, it has altered our sense of human, our way of seeing life, our way of thinking. But we have to reprogram ourselves. We have to put ourselves back, because with the way many of us think and do things, it will never ever going to benefit us. It is a very difficult situation that we continue to put ourselves every day, every time. And many of us have become enemy of each other. We have become competitor of each other when we are supposed to be competing with ourselves, our own self, competing with our own self every day, every time, to do better, to choose better when it comes to decision of life, marriage, family, children. And our decisions as women is going to influence on the men in our community. When we begin to deprogram and reprogramming ourselves for our betterment, not reprogramming and deprogramming yourself to be attached to one man per 3 women and living miserable as a woman. No, when we begin to deprogram ourselves, to reprogram ourselves and live like a human being, live like a woman, like any other woman in the world, I think that is when many of us can be happy. Many of us can see that humanity in each other. Because right now, because of the struggle life, struggle love, struggle raising of children, life has been so unfair to us. And knowing that life is never fair, you have to make your life by yourself the way you want it. And there is no way many of you can attain what I'm saying now if you are not going to deprogram yourself to reprogram, if you are not going to let some toxic behavior, some attitude, some belief system, so many things, if you are not going to let it go, you are going to continue to be the way you are. And when you see a situation whereby some women are beginning to recognize that they have been put down for long, they have been cheated, they have been shortchanged, and those group of women begin to level up, begin to do things for themselves, begin to think better about themselves, begin to change the mindset for themselves. We have seen how massively other group of women have come out to attack them. We have seen how other women have come out to be a hater. We have seen how many women have become very problematic and judgmental for other growth of other women, through trying to put them down, call their names, slave queens, whatever. Many women that have tried to level up in this community, to have different mindset, different point of view, better their lives. Many of them even end up being killed. Many of them end up in situations that are very horrible. You lose a lot of friends, you lose a lot of people just because you want better for yourself. You can be used for ritual, a lot of things can happen to you when you begin to do better as a black woman. We have seen it, how this community don't want many women to stand up to grow, because when you see most of this behavior, most of the women in this community have took the mindset of the men, because they don't have their own mindset. They don't want to do better. They always go with what these men say, what these people say, what they say, what the men want. They want this, they want that. No, I haven't seen one black woman that have a mindset of their own. And the moment you have that mindset of your own as a woman, they say you ask for too much, you making too much shakara, you asking for too much just by being looking for something that is different from what other women have. It becomes a problem to you. You become the outcast, you become the black sheep in this community. So a lot of women, I believe, need to level up in a lot of aspects of their lives, the way they think, what they want, if they truly want the best for themselves, of which I know many of them don't truly want the best for themselves. Even many women go to the level to attain success, to attain attaining a good life, a comfortable life for themselves, because of the dysfunctionality, because they couldn't differentiate themselves from still the community. They still fall back to having partners, having multiple children, raising them alone, choosing the wrong man for the job of a father, of a husband, and it becomes a problem. Many of these women were so successful, and they still go back to zero because of the mindset wasn't really equipped, and it was easier for people to influence on it. So I believe a lot of women need to level up, need to move on with their life, need to do something better. They need to understand that the situation that many of them are right now, it is not the right situation for any human being to be in. It is not a good state of mind that a woman or a human being should be in. They shouldn't stop themselves or stop themselves not to do better because of because of maybe many of them are thinking that if I think in a certain way, I won't find a man that will marry me. I won't find a man that will love me. I won't find a man that will do something for me. I won't find a man that that can be a real husband and a father to my children. No, no, when you meet that real person, that person is going to think on his own level as a man and allow you to exude your feminine state of mind. And because I notice that when you speak to a lot of women, they always have that fear of the men. How are they going to think? I was in the conversation the other day. There was like, oh, this lady, she used a lot of expensive cream, and I was like seeing comment like, because this lady used expensive cream, she has to bring her standard down if she really want to marry. This is something that is actually basic, just a cream. It's actually a basic thing that most of the women can afford for themselves, not to talk about when they are with a man. You see comment like other women coming around to say this woman need to bring her standard down so that she can find a man that will marry her because she is using a cream of, I think, 150 euro or something like that. So there are so many mindset of always want to bring you down. At times you have already built yourself up and you will see people like trying to pull you down, or at times your fellow women, they want to bring you down by talking you down, by brainwashing you, telling you that nobody is going to want you because you dress too expensive, you look beautiful, you speak and somehow people are going to make you feel bad. But I think if you are a very, very intelligent person, you know what you want. You don't want the basic minimum. You don't want the bare minimum. You don't want the rolling stone when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship. You don't want the rolling stone, pass me, I pass you, man. You want something better than what your mom, your aunties, your friends, other ones, other people have. You will definitely get it. It depends on the mindset that you carry, and it depends on what you actually want for yourself. That is exactly what you are going to get. If you begin to have that fear of, oh, if I do this, if I better myself, if I learn how to move on my own journey, have certain types of friends, I'm not going to get a man to marry. My dear, maybe you are not going to get that basic man, that man that many of your friends and pally have, but you are going to get like something different because you are actually different from the rest. It doesn't mean you're special, but you have done a lot of work on yourself. Because most of the time, when you meet all these women that have spent time to level up, to do things for themselves, you see that great difference in them. You see the way they think, the way they do things, less aggressive, less combative. You see a lot of things you will see in them that you actually like. Most people normally will see me, they will ask me, oh, are you a Benin girl or something like that? I will say, yes, but you don't look like a Benin girl, you look like Guinea girl, you look like this, you look like that. So I've moved with all these country girls. I notice that femininity. I may notice a lot of quality that they have. You understand? So it's something actually different from what you are used to as a woman. So when I say a woman need to program themselves, is something that you need to do, because you cannot want something different and you continue to do the same thing, the same thing that your mom did, and she never made it out. Many women were mule, they were stressed out, they have to work all their life, they have to discharge all the babies in their womb, and at the end of the day, nothing to show for it. They have to many suffered and they couldn't even make it. And many women were like being applauded for suffering. It was like, oh, come on, I suffered a lot with my husband. At times we don't have food to eat. And another woman will just jump on your neck and tell you that, you want to tell me, say you suffer past me? Do you want to tell me that you suffer? You don't suffer past me. Me and I suffer past you. They will tell you like, I suffer more than you. They will tell you it's like it's competition when it even come to suffering. Know that, oh, you at times when I speak with my friends, my white friends in other countries, we talk about life, things that we have been through. You see, like they were just like, really? You went through this, you went through that. It really amazed them, it really surprised them. But when it comes to the normal Nigerian woman, it's like, you really suffer? You suffer. You suffer past me. Me and you suffer past. It's like poverty, stress is like, is grade by grade. Like, you see that aggression on you, like, you must have been through it all. But the moment you choose to say it, it's like, now small you go through it. Don't tell me that you suffer past me. Like, seriously? We need to let that mentality go and do better for ourselves. We need to be a human being and a woman at the same time. There is no way we are women, we want to be a woman without being a human being, because many of us, people don't even look at us as a human being anymore, because we don't even see ourselves as one. Because the moment, like when I was growing up, I remember like when you want to just feel like a woman, you will see like, you are making shakara, oh, you are making shakara, oh, this girl to the make shakara, because she's making shakara, I'm going to sleep with her, I'm going to pregnate her, things like that. Like, when are we going to be a woman if we don't do this work on ourselves as a woman? And when I say it is another woman that is the problem, most of the time in our community, the women are the number one problem. One, most of the, when we talk about marriages, breaking up, single motherhood, who raised these men? Many of these men were raised by the women when their father decided to disappear. And when most of the fathers that were at home, they wasn't doing anything. They wasn't doing nothing for these boys, neither for the women. Only what many of the fathers can do is to say that, oh, because this one is a boy, is better than you, is this, is that. That was that separation and difference that most parents want to make you know that because you are a woman, you are inferior to your brother. And most of the time, because most of the black women, because most of us, we are very resilient, we always want to do better, we do better in everything. Because we as black women, any stone that is thrown to us, we use it to build, because we were made the strongest one, the strong one. The black women are strong. Black women are strong. Why are we actually strong? Which woman on this planet Earth is named as strong? When you talk about a man is strong, black women is there to say, to add us to, they are very strong woman. And the strong woman narrative was like, the more suffering you go through, the more stress you go through, the more trophy you have, the more respect you have, the more you be able to endure suffering, the more human they think you are. And you have to let that go as a woman. That is why I say you have to be a human before you be a woman. Like, she's a strong woman because she can take a lot of beating, she can take a lot of cheating, she can take a lot of STD, she can take a lot of stress and a lot of babies. Raising them alone, she's a strong woman. Even when you are dying as a black woman, they say you are a strong woman. But we as women, we have to let this narrative go. We have to be a human before a woman, because most of the time I don't really understand. And the problem we have is the women, as I said before. Most of the women are the problem in this community. Most of these women are the number one problem in this community. When we talk about problematic men, they raise them, they give them a lot of mentality because of the home that they are coming from too. They saw this behavior between their fathers and their mothers. In the church, you see the male worshiping culture there, where a man is standing with a microphone, can control the whole congregation, and the male worshiping is there. When you talk about the religion, it has to do with the man. You have to let a lot of things go. You just have to let a lot go. If you want to level up as a woman, if you want to get your humanity and your womanhood back, you have to let a lot go. If not, it is going to be difficult. And most of the time, when you choose to do better, you choose to level up, the only people that will try to pull you down are the same women. They are the same women. Your level up, you're doing better for yourself, attract a lot of hate most of the time. People hate you just because you want to do better. But don't worry about that, because when you begin to think differently from people, definitely you're going to lose the friend. But the time you begin to understand that this journey, you don't need too much of crowd, you don't need too much of people. If you really want to get to the level that you want as a woman, you don't need so much noise, you don't need so much crowd, you don't need to be called a slave queen, you don't need a lot of people in your business. People will only see that, wow, Auntie Vivian is like, she's changing. People normally see when you change. People normally see the positive side of you. That is why it attracts a lot of hate from people. People hate you for no reason, but they want to be like you, but because they can attain the level of work that you have done, mentally, spiritually, financially, in every aspect, they hate you for that. You will understand that when you have never embarked in any journey to level up your life mentally, nobody will hate you. You have a lot of friends, nyanga, 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 up and down. You have a lot of these friends. But the moment you choose to better your life, you choose to level up, you choose to think in one way or the other, you choose to leave religion apart, you choose to tap into your feminine energy, you choose to tap into your own self, you're going to have a lot of problem with yourself and with other people. You just have to make sure you know how to be on your own. You have to learn how to enjoy your own company if you really want to go on this journey. It is not an easy journey. That journey whereby you see women aspiring to take 50 steps back, you will be taking 50 steps front. When you see women wishing to be the second option of a man. You will be wishing, manifesting to be the first and the last option of the real man that will do the job as a father, as a husband. Not, okay, I don't have a choice. We have to share this. We have to share this man. Sharing a dust. There is a lot that black women need to do to better themselves. There are a lot of people that need to go. There are a lot of talks that you will never listen to. There are a lot of talk that when you listen to it, just 1 minute into it, you understand that this is BS. This is not for you. But if you haven't done that job, you want to entertain everybody. You want to entertain everything because inside you lonely. You don't know who you are. You don't know the power that you possess as a woman. The moment you start a journey to better your life, you are going to let a lot of BS in this community go. Including things that you believe you can never leave. You are going to let it go. And the letting go is going to be for your own good, for your own advancement, for your own peace of mind as women. You will lose a lot of friends, you will lose a lot of family, you will lose a lot of people. But at the end of the journey, you will be happier more than you are. It is in this same community you have been told that your happiness don't depend on money, your happiness don't depend on luxury, your happiness don't depend on this or that or that. But the main problem and issue many women have in this community and men is lack of finance, money. That even the moment you have money, you don't actually know what your priority is. That is why you see the showing off, the buying things that are not necessary to draw attention. You have been told that you don't need anything to be happy, but you need a lot. You need a lot. You have been brainwashed that you don't need a man's money, that you need to work, you need to mule yourself. Meanwhile, the men in your community go to China to buy things that were made by other men. Make it make sense to me. We need to wake up, women. We need to wake up. I see a lot of toxicity. I see a lot of dysfunctionality. I see a lot of, this is shame and disgrace comments and behavior that are not really women like. And those comments and behavior are not going to take you anywhere. You are going to take 1 million steps back if you continue to think the way you think. If you continue to move the way you move. You have to do better. You have to let go of a lot of jargons that are really, really holding you down. You have to let it go. Those women that are going to be your problem, you have to let them go. Your own mother, your own sister, your own auntie, your family, your environment can be your problem. You have to let a lot of people go. Because we as black women, we put a lot of people that don't serve any good for us around us. Friends, workers, co-workers, a lot of people that don't want us to grow, that don't want to see us better. That is why the moment you begin to shine, they begin to call you, oh, this one a slave queen, this is that, this is that. No. You have to wake up from sleep. A lot of women like you will try to sabotage your process of growing. A lot of women will try to do a lot. You have to keep on moving. A lot of hate will come. A lot of people will see you. That thing that you want to peel and peel and peel and peel and peel and get to that place that you want to be. A lot of people will try to block you. A lot of people will try to sabotage you. A lot of people will try to hate on you. You will just see people, a lady that don't know you, they will just be giving you a bad look. They will say they don't like the way you dress. Tomorrow you see them dressing just like you. They will say they don't like the way you do things. They want to be like you. But because we don't have that womanhood, and this community is full of too much negativity, we always want to copy the negative side of everything. We don't want to tap into the positive side. So when people see love, they call it hate. When they see hate, they call it love. You have to be very, very vigilant and understanding to understand how people work in this community. People can see you be beaten up by your man with just one of your high clothes. They will tell you, go back to that man, or stay with that man, or don't move. That don't go in the black community means you have to be going. But because of the men create another protection, privilege for themselves, like, I cannot tell a married woman to leave a marriage. You have to let some dust leave your life so that you can get hair. You can have hair for yourself. Nobody come with you to this world. Especially when they are not adding anything to your life to better yourself, to better your life as a woman. You have to let a lot of people go. I see a lot of miserability, a lot of pain, a lot of stress. That is actually a shame and a pain. Most women need to let something go to get something. If you have a room filled up with plenty things, and most of the things in the room don't serve you better, don't serve you right, don't add value to your life, what do? You have to bring everything down in the room, look for things that will serve you right. The ones that are not going to serve you right, you have to throw them away, or you have to dash it out. You have to dump it somewhere. By doing that, you are creating space to bring more things into your life. I'm not saying it is going to be easy. When you open your mouth to speak in the public, you're going to receive a lot of bashing, a lot of hate, but who cares? When you truly build self-love, self-care, self-esteem, love for yourself, which type of hate can subside the love you have for yourself as a human being, as a woman? None. For me, none. There is nothing that is going to disturb me today. Nothing. I have been hate, I have been bashed, I have been dragged by my own fellow women. What else? I have been given compliments too. Like, you don't look like a Nigerian. You don't look like this. You don't look like... I put a lot of work. I put a lot of work. It took me pain. It took me stress. It took me a lot to let things go. It's not an easy journey, but it's a journey that is worth it. You have to let people go. If not, you let yourself go. Like the way you see some women today, they sound like very disgusting. They sound like men. They sound like not men, the toxic men in this community. They have taken over the same mentality, the same behavior, the same model, the operandi of these toxic men, dysfunctional men in this community, because they don't know other alternative. They don't know other way of moving as women. Many of them, they behave exactly like the men. They sound like the men when they open their mouths. You need to change a lot. But it is not an easy journey. There will be a lot of women that will want to sabotage you. If that is why you see, the moment you're married in the black community, you see a lot of women want to sabotage you. The moment you're happy, you have a stable home, you have a peaceful home, a lot of criticism, people want to sabotage you, people brand you, oh, this one that I've used juju to carry a man, this one that I've used charm to spoil this man, because maybe you marry a man that is not conflictive. Because if you have some certain energy, you have some certain wish for yourself, for my own belief, and with time I've understand, you're going to attract the same thing that you want. You are going to attract the same thing that you want. If you're desperate, you're going to attract a man that is going to use you and misuse you and dump you. But if you have some certain positive energy, you're going to attract somebody, whether friends, girls, people that look like you. All my primary school life, I attract girls, women that look exactly like me, cool, crazy. They have every facet of everything. Okay? But very, very decent on a journey. I have always attracted people that we vibe together. Same way I've attracted, or I've been, because we are inside the community, I've been with people that I really like. Oh, this person speak, this is disgusting. Really, this irritates my spirit. This conversation disturb my spirit. Some way I've heard conversation that really makes me to feel like, really, is that actually what you wish for? That is why I'm here, to let you know that many of you need to disintoxicate your brain, your mindset, your mental state of mind. Because I notice many of you have lost your mind. You've lost your mind. You don't know who you are. You don't know you are the most powerful woman on this planet Earth. But you're dealing with a nobody. You allow people to bring you and bring your spirit down. That is why you are in the state of confusion. You choose to listen to people that are powerless. People that have nothing to offer you than to tell you all the time that your standard is too high. Your standard is too high. Your level is too high. They see that power in you. They want to suppress you. They want to bring you down. And you allow them to do that. Because you allow them, you want other women to be the same level with you. And the women that decide not to be, they become your enemy. They become the problem you have. You bully them. You hate them. You spread rumor around about them. You advocate for them to be raped. You advocate for them to be killed. You advocate for them to be used for rituals, because many of you believe that any woman that wants something better for herself, any woman that wants to sit beside a decent car and a man on the steering, she decide to be used for ritual. She decide because she believe that the men that the universe pair you with cannot create nothing, cannot give you nothing unless it destroy you, unless it suppress you. That is the only way it can stand. And you, as a woman, you decide to applaud that. You decide to advocate for that. And you want a better life? It is going to be difficult. It is going to be difficult. That's why you need to wake up from this slumber. You need to wake up from your sleep, black women, and begin to undo the BS, the stigma of pain, poverty that is being associated with you, that you choose to accept for yourself. As a woman, you have to let it go. So, I'm going to stop this message here. I love all of you all. I'm on YouTube as the Real Edo Girl. Why on Facebook, single mother, single father in Europe, the single mother, the most bashed, the most dragged, the most diminished woman on Facebook is Black Single Mother. So we are here to talk. I love all of you all. Bye bye, everyone.